Hi, this is Dr. Campbell, and today I wanted to talk about how to use the Raccelerate racism formula. Now, first of all, you're going to need two items. You're going to need a calculator, preferably a scientific calculator, or what I have is I have a smartphone, and I have an app that has a calculator on it. And what you need on that calculator is you need the natural log function. And then you also need a Raccelerate racism card. Now this card has a scale on the front for you to follow. It has the formulas on the back. And it also has the scale in chart form on the back. Okay? So you got your two items. Calculator, Raccelerate racism card. Now, let's talk about the formula first. There are two formulas. The first formula is for schools. And the way the formula goes for schools is it's the number of students suspended according to ethnicity divided by the total number of students. You take that quantity, you find the natural log, and you add 5.4. Now, the formula for the teachers is similar. You take the number of students according to ethnicity that have discipline referrals. Remember, we're talking about discipline. And you divide that by your total number of students. You take that quantity, you find out the natural log, and then you add 5.4. And so let's go through a couple of examples. Let's say, for example, you're an elementary school teacher. You got 30 kids, no, let's say 25 kids in your classroom, and in 1 month, you have 5 discipline referrals for the black children. And so what you do is you get your calculator. I'm going to get my calculator. Okay. And I'm going to do 5 divided by 25, which is equal to 2/10. And then I'm going to go over to the natural log key, which is represented by ln, and that comes out to be a certain number. And then you add 5.4, and so the number is 3.79. And so according to the Raccelerate racism scale, you would be considered moderately racist. Okay? Now remember, the emphasis is to stay under the racism radar. Okay? Now, let's say you're a middle school or high school teacher. You got 5 classes. You got 125 students. And let's say for 1 month, there were 10 discipline referrals for black children. So you say 10 divided by 125, right? And then you take that quantity and you press your natural log key and you add 5.4. And that comes out to be 2.8, and you would be considered moderately racist, okay? Now remember, the point is to stay under the racism radar. Now let's say you're a school principal, and you want to see where your school is. And let's say you have 1,000 kids, okay? And for 1 month, you had 100 discipline referrals for the black children. And so you take 100 divided by 1,000. You take that quantity, you find the natural log, and then you add 5.4, and that gives you 3.09. Your school would be considered moderately racist. Let's say you're a little bigger school district, and you have 50,000 students. And in 1 month, you had 1,000 referrals for black children, okay? So that becomes 1,000 divided by 50,000. You take that number, you find the natural log, and then you add 5.4, and that comes out to be 1.48, and you will be considered slightly racist. Now, the emphasis on using the Raccelerate racism formula is to make sure that you stay under the racism radar. You know, a lot of schools are being sued and a lot of accountability is being put in place. We can take measures to make sure that we never are in a position where people consider an educator to be a racist. This is Dr. Campbell. You can order these cards on the website, or you can call me directly at 856-566-3267. Have a great day, and thank you very much.